Washington Governor Jay Inslee says he's calling his own contacts in China to try and buy personal protective equipment, or PPE, for doctors and nurses.
Today we are in a mad scramble, frankly, with 50 states competing against one another for crucial supplies.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown Wednesday aired similar frustrations, condemning the president for telling states to turn to the free market for things like gloves, masks, and gowns. She said she called the White House, urging the president to invoke the Defense Production Act and order American companies to produce more. Meanwhile, doctors and nurses nationwide say they're having to reuse PPE or go without, putting them at greater risk of contracting this deadly virus. For weeks, the shortage of PPE has been no secret nationwide, but now we're getting a much clearer picture of just how dire the situation is and how fast this stuff is being used in Oregon. A new report from the Oregon Health Authority shows just how much PPE the state has left in its emergency stockpile, which officials had hoped would give them some breathing room while they try to buy more. In short, this pandemic is bleeding it dry. Hospitals have already used 100% of both gowns and splash shields, 95% of face shields, and 80% of the N95 respirator masks. To put it in perspective, the state had more than 500,000 of those N95 masks before all this.
The people on the group are seamstresses, nurses, doctors, couriers, drivers.
It's enough to make Maria Michalczak want to help. She's one of a few recruiting hundreds to sew face masks for doctors and nurses. Volunteers have organized via the Facebook group Pandemic Volunteer Mask Makers of Oregon. And she says healthcare workers, largely in Salem and Bend, are welcoming the masks with open arms. Michalczak, a retired nurse, calls this surreal.
I grew up in a time where the American healthcare system was the best in the world. We were the best trained, we were the best resourced, but seeing what's happened now, it's heartbreaking to me.
Maggie Vespa, KGW News.